Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
I've always felt that this new Mini Cooper grew up a bit too fast for my own liking. Previously, the car was quite crazy, it's something that was quite exciting to drive. But now, it's all been replaced with a lot of refinement. But what if you don't want a lot of refinement? What if you want something that you can grab by the scruff of its neck? Well, if that's what you're looking for, I've got 3 words for you. John Cooper works.
Who is this John Cooper we speak of? Well, to put it simply, John Cooper was someone who made minis go fast on a racetrack long ago. And even though he isn't around anymore, his legacy still remains. In the case of this Mini, his ideology has created the most powerful Mini yet.
So what makes the JCW different from a normal Cooper S? Well, look at it. The rims are different, it's got a large rear spoiler, and it's got a big mouth. But it's not all talk and no action, because where that big mouth sits, there's a 2-litre turbocharged engine that produces 170 kilowatts, 39 more than a standard Cooper S.
Apart from the bucket seats and JCW badges, the interior of the John Cooper Works remains very similar to that of the Cooper S. Our test car had the navigation, heated seats, and Harman Kardon sound system as added extras. And this made it a very pleasant place to be in.
Again, the inside of the JCW is quite different to other hatchbacks. It's well built, but it is a bit busy and shiny. There are a whole lot of switches and knobs that are there. I mean, it looks like a complicated coffee machine. And if you're like me, you might just end up pressing buttons hoping for the best. There is, however, a very important button to consider. More of a switch, really. This one here at the bottom. Because if you switch it to the side like this, it activates sport mode. And when you do that, you turn your creamy latte into a double shot of espresso. "170 kilowatts of power. Now that's a lot, especially for a car like this. The only problem is that in the city, you can't use that kind of power. It's like a bodybuilder who works an office job. You're not going to really get much from stapling papers. So that's why we came out to a location like this, so we can really enjoy what the car can do and flex its muscles.
Putting the car in sport mode makes it sound very angry. The car keeps shouting and swearing through the exhaust pipes, which is quite entertaining.
Not only does the JCW drive well, it also sounds fantastic too. What Mini's done is that they've upgraded the exhaust system in the vehicle, so when you put it in sport, it gives you more noise. And on downshift, you hear the snap, crackle and pop in the vehicle, and it really just does add to the excitement of being behind the wheel of this car. One complaint I had with the current Cooper S is how everybody talks about its go-kart feel. And quite honestly, I feel that the car was quite refined, which is not a bad thing again, but the problem is that if you want something that's really going to set your hair on fire, you're not going to get that. But with the John Cooper Works, on the other hand, you do really feel like that fire is back. I mean, driving this car right now, I can feel just how precise the steering is. On the chassis, I can actually feel what's going on when I'm turning in and out of corners, which is quite a nice feeling, I must say. But that being said, there is a limit between what you can do with the car and how much it gives back to you. It's almost like that kid in school who is going to really make you laugh, and when the teacher looks, he's going to act all innocent. You can really get into trouble if you're doing the wrong thing with this car, because it is actually quite quick. For 439,000 Rand, we need to ask ourselves, where does this car belong? It's got more power than a Golf GTI, but half the practicality. At the same time, we can't really compare it to, let's say, a Fiesta ST, because it would just annihilate it. It's almost as if Mini want this car to be the black sheep. Well, after driving the John Cooper Works Mini Cooper S, the name is just too long. It's funny how a brand with the name Mini has got the longest name for their vehicles. They should just call it the JCW. But anyways, the important thing is that from a performance aspect, this car still offers big grins. But that's not the most important thing. What's important is how this car works every day. And driving it now at a normal speed of 50 km an hour, I still feel quite comfortable behind the wheel, and I don't feel like I need to prove anything to anybody, which is something you do feel in other hatchbacks because they've got that hot hatchback stigma, which this car doesn't. And that's what makes this car quite unique. It's a different hot hatchback. One can say it's a hipster hatchback. It's a pity I can't grow a beard though.